What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today I actually wanted to talk about something. I just finished farming Hall of Heroes yesterday, and I started doing ToA hard. I actually didn't do ToA normal yet. I decided to start on hard today, before I start on normal, or before I do normal. I'm gonna finish hard. And then I'm actually planning to join the others and have a no summon November. So I'm gonna summon everything at like the 1st of December or something. I don't know why everyone's doing it, but I got in some really bad shit last summon, So as you guys have saw, so I decided not to summon in November. But today I want to make this video talking about basically the general strategies to building a team for ToA hard, because I know I've talked about this topic many times before, but a lot of people still ask me. Like they always it happens quite a lot in the comments, and I think this basically following this guideline will help you build a team that can clear most of ToA hard. So there is no team, there is no go-to team that can help you clear every single part of ToA hard, but there usually is a team that can help you clear like 99% of all the levels, in every rotation. So when I got to this, I was autoing it, and then I saw this. My team failed just now, and then I just thought of something. I remember this stage. There's a similar stage, I think, on the other rotation, on the 90 something floor. It involves these fedoras as well, and they have immunity buffs. But it reminded me of this, general guideline when you're trying to make a ToA hard team, and that is you need a team. If you want to make a general team that can clear like most of the floors, you want a team that can chain CC everything. So like you want to be able to chain CC 90% of the time. Just I'll demonstrate. I spam my Erida stun. I spam my Spectra slow. I'm going to use my Basalt's attack bar decrease, and then I'm going to use Mev to get rid of the slow, so I get more turns, and then refresh their cooldown by one more turn. And over here, as you can see, there's 3 fedoras and the 2 Fukos. The Fukos are really annoying because they have the slow, and then it shouldn't really affect you too much. But the fedoras have immunity, and if they buff up with immunity, you're pretty much screwed. Like you're pretty much gonna wipe if you ever let them get the chance to buff up immunity. So I'm trying to make a team that can chain CC them. And CC comes in many forms. Most people use stuns. There's freeze if you have like Tyrant and stuff. And but CC also involves provoke, especially for units that have a very strong third skill, but don't have like a very powerful first skill. So it's okay to provoke them and let them hit you, and then this way you can still change. Provoke will still count as a CC, because they're not buffing up with immunity, which is what they're put here to do by whoever designed the stage of ToA hard. So we're just gonna use this team. I have a lot of chain CC. I have a lot of stuns. I have like 2 provokers, and then I have just so many AOE stuns. Eridas is like this CC machine. He just stuns everything like crazy. And then I have 2 attack bar decrease units that just keep decreasing attack bars. If you want to have success in like 90% of all ToA hard floors, you want to make a team that can pretty much just keep everything stunned at all times. Like I would say just 90% of the time, like everything has to be CC'd in some way. You can obviously get really unlucky and just miss your CC, but there are a lot of stages where like you might need a bit of luck to clear, um, especially if you don't have a strong CC team. So it depends on how strong your chain stuns are, and then you just basically stack stuns, attack bar decrease, slows, and all that crazy stuff on top of each other, and then you try to get a team that can just keep the enemy like stunned at all times. I think that's the 3rd time I said that. Either way, I'm just gonna run this through, just so you can have a demonstration. Oops, I misclicked. I'm gonna keep stacking dots. I'm gonna keep my stuns up. Hopefully this lands. If it doesn't, I still have my Basalt's Provoke ready. So I have multiple uh, what's the word for it? It's like I have a plan B. Like if something misses, then I have like another safety net. My provoke is kind of like my safety net in case my Aerodust doesn't stun. I still have two provokes that can stop these Water Death Knights from moving, and that's kind of like my safety net. And that's the way I chain CC everything. If you have a team that can do this, you will have success in ToA. That's basically the point of this video. I'm just gonna run through this 70 stage. I guess it can serve as a guide on how to clear ToA hard 70, but 70 isn't as hard as any other stage. If you have a team that's strong enough to stun everything, then obviously you won't have any trouble with this stage, as it is nothing really special. All you got to do is just keep your slows, your attack bar decrease, your provokes up, and then you'll just be able to CC your way through. So my stun missed, but I immediately provoked him with my Basalt, so I know next turn this Fedora won't buff up with his immunity. I was really lucky, proc Violent. So now I'm going to decrease attack bar again, and now his attack bar is going to be like, decreased and stuff. And now I have Beretta's AoE ready. Erida's AoE should be ready next turn. So now this has a chance to stun them with Despair. Now Eridas has his double Cyclone ready, and that missed as well, but it's fine because I still have my Provoke on him. And this one doesn't have provoke, but I think there's 10 debuffs, so he's probably going to die next turn. I don't really need to care about this Lich, so I'm just going to keep hitting this Death Knight and hope that I can stun him. Yeah, and I basically have Mev here just to keep on decreasing the skill times of all my other units. He's really useful, especially if you're running a lot of units with active skills. You just use Mev, and then he'll keep spamming his third skill, and then everyone can just have like one less cooldown on everything. Alright, so I'm just going to let this Lich get a turn. He might not die next turn, but I think he already has 10 debuff, so I don't think I can stun him anymore. I'm just going to stun this Death Knight, and then we're just going to keep on doing this until they die, pretty much. Alright, yep. Seems easy enough. Oh, this is getting a little bit dangerous. I might need to be careful here with this Fedora, because he's about to get a turn, and I really don't want that. Oh shit, that missed. Please stun. Please Despair stun. Oh, please land. Oh my god, he resisted. Alright, never mind, he's dead. Okay, that was really close. I messed up. Alright, I wasn't paying attention. I probably could have provoked him a turn before or something like that with my Basalt, but I didn't hit him. It wasn't my team's fault. It was my fault. I'm dumb sometimes. Don't blame them. Blame me. All right. We do the same thing for this stage, and this stage isn't even as scary anymore because they don't have any they don't have any element that I'm weak against. So Beretta has a higher chance to stun, and even if any of them do get a single turn, like nothing too bad should happen. So I can just keep doing what I'm doing and not worry about anything at all, really. So I really want to get to the boss part so I can show why having some like provoke, attack bar decrease, and like lots of stun helps in most ToA floors. I think 70 is a pretty good example of that because in the first stage with the Fedoras, you want to make sure the Fedoras never get a turn. If they get one turn, I die. Like I wipe and I start over. That's how important it is to keep the Fedora stunned at all times. And yeah, like a lot of people have been asking me, like, I've found out I've been stuck on this stage. How do I get past it? And then I look on the floors and see what stage it actually is. and it's usually something like the stage with all the kung fu girls, or some stage with like ragdoll dark infernals or something like that. um, and they're stuck on that on ToA hard, and then they would ask me, like, how do I get past that stage. And then usually I don't really, especially if I don't know what your exact monsters you have, the only way you can kind of do it, like with the general monsters, is like use Verimo stun, Spectra slow, and then just chain CC shit, and that's how you get past 99% of like all ToA hard floors. You chain CC. Obviously, there are some floors where you need to do a few like gimmicky things, like use Neil, use like two healers, or stages with Leo where you might need to bring like a Chloe or use some extra form of defense. Um, but most of the stages, really all you have to do is just bring a team that can stun the shit out of everything, and that's how you beat ToA hard, really. And this is my go-to team. This is the team I use to clear most stages of ToA hard. When I especially when I get to 80 and above, I pretty much always use this team. And especially how, like, after Mev getting buffed, I built one immediately and started using him for ToA hard. Because I always knew that the Dark Pirate was like super strong for ToA hard, because he always decreases the cooltime of monsters, and he has like this AOE stun. But Mev kind of has something of his own. He has a stun on his first skill, and his second skill is a provoke, with 100% base chance, which is really nice. It also serves as a self heal. So on any levels where you need a wind tank, there are quite a few levels where you might be taking some fire damage, or if you have like really strong CC, you shouldn't be taking any damage at all. But sometimes you will be taking some damage, and his self heal does help him survive sometimes. Yeah. Before I got Mev, I would always use Zinc, because Zinc also has I have Zinc with Despair runes. He has two AoEs, so Despair works really well on him. Zinc also has a first skill, chance to stun on his first skill, so like he works really well as a stunner. But ever since I got Mev, I just started using Mev. And the most important thing about like Zinc, before why I use Zinc, is because of his attack debuff. So on stages like 90 and above, if you can't like chain CC everything, if you can't make sure they never get a single turn, um, which normally shouldn't happen if you're aiming to clear ToA hard, um, attack debuff is really useful because it stops the monsters from one-shotting you. So we got to the boss part. So I'm just gonna start the turn out with a slow, and then I'm gonna just stun. I'm gonna try to stun everything. That's 4 stuns. It's pretty good. Already hit my Erdos. It's fine. I'm just gonna decrease his attack bar, buff it with more speed, and then I'm gonna put glancing on him. I don't want him to do anything crazy. And I guess I should just turbulence now. It doesn't matter. Mev will have his skill ready like next turn. I'm gonna heal up with Basalt. And I'm going to decrease their attack bars again, and I'm going to try to stun everything, which might not work too well. I'm going to provoke the boss actually with Mev, just so she doesn't do anything too crazy. Decrease their attack bar, and Eridas has a stun ready again, so I stun everything, decrease the cooltime of Eridas' stun, stack more dots on the Infernos, because I really want them to die from dots so I don't take any damage. Heal up my Mev. Make sure glancing stays on the boss. Decrease her attack bar again. So she pretty much only got 1 turn off. If you don't count the provoke as a turn, she really only got 1 turn off. And these Infernals are almost dead. And once the Infernals die, it's pretty much GG, because I don't need to rely on RNG to chain CC anything anymore. I can just keep provoking the boss, keep decreasing her attack bar until she dies. So yeah, we're just going to keep doing this. And then I need to be a little bit more careful now, because I'm going to have to wait for these two to die from their dots. And I can't, I need to keep these two stunned, so I'm going to provoke them. I'm not going to use Eridus' stun because he might die if he uses his stun. And then I'm just going to keep hitting the boss. Even if she gets a turn off, it won't be too bad. I'm going to provoke her because I really don't want her to revive that other Inferno. It just increases the risk of something bad happening. Now we're going to keep hitting this Inferno and hope that he dies. I'm going to decrease the boss's attack bar just to be safe so she doesn't get another turn. And then we're going to keep hitting this Inferno. Now he's stunned. The low HP one's already dead. I can use Beretta to stack up dots again. And now this should be enough dots to kill him. I'm just going to make sure it is. It actually is. And, wait. Okay, that was a little bit risky. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now we're going to decrease her attack bar, and yeah, this is pretty much the fight. Like this is over for her. I can do whatever I want to her now. That sounded wrong. Yeah, so I'm gonna just wait a turn out. She's already provoked, so there's nothing much she can do. I'm gonna wait for this Dark Inferno to die from dots, and then I will just keep hitting the boss. So yeah, we should have won this already. Heal up just to be safe. And now it's pretty much over. Like I might be able to even auto this since I have so much provoke and attack bar decrease. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna ever get a turn to revive. So this is pretty much it. Even if she does, I can stop the auto or maybe not stop the auto. The thing with the stage is if the Infernals explode, they kill you. If they get a turn, they AoE armor break, and they're all single element, so any light unit you bring here is in like serious trouble if they ever get a turn. But as you can see, I was able to clear the stage without the Infernals ever getting a turn. And while the Infernals were still alive, Kraka only got two turns. If you're not counting the provokes, you know, obviously. Actually, wait, she only got one that first turn, if you're not counting the provoke. So she never got a chance to do her armor break either. So yeah, it's pretty much GG. All right, I think she's gonna revive. I don't. Oh my god. Okay, let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a pussy. Yeah, I don't want the AI to do an AoE and then kill themselves with the Inferno. She would have got even less turns if I wasn't trying to, like, you know, not use my AoE to stop the Infernals, or else I could just, or I mean, to not die from the Infernals. I should have hit him like 2 times. Whatever. I'll just play it safe. Man, this is so slow. Alright, the Infernal should die next turn. I'm going to keep decreasing her attack bar and just keep hitting her face. Alright, I can keep autoing now. I'll stop whenever she's not provoked, and then my team refuses to use provoke on her and her attack bar is already half full. That's when I'll stop. But yeah, provoke is the best form of CC against bosses, especially bosses that have a strong third skill, because you know her third skill is the revive with no cooldown because of the tower buff. And oh my god, holy shit, what was that chain resist? What was that chain resist? She resisted like 4 things in a row. I don't think my accuracy is low. That was just pure hacks. Alright, I should have priority to use that first. And then just use this, decrease her attack bar. The AI is super dumb. Yep, put glancing, provoke her, and keep autoing. Keep autoing until they mess up. Yeah, as I was saying, the best thing against bosses or boss stages are provoke. It's the best form of CC against bosses. It's the only form of CC you can have against bosses. That and a lot of attack bar decrease. If you have a combination of some provoke and attack bar decrease, you can keep the boss just basically, at this state for for however long you want. And this helps you clear all the boss floors. It doesn't matter where this boss floor is. Even at floor 90, I can use this exact same strategy to clear it. As long as it's not some crazy floors where the bosses have some really weird mechanic that stops you from doing this to them. Examples of that are some people might struggle on the double occult girl stage. I did that yesterday. It was on 60. It wasn't that hard. I'm not sure if I should go back and do it. Maybe some people are still struggling on that, even if it's on 60. Uh, but even on that stage, I was able to chain CC them pretty well. Like if I manual, since I'm running two AOE attack bar decrease, I can slow both bosses and attack bar decrease both bosses at the same time, and then I can use Beretta to like turbulence one of them, and then provoke the other one, and that pretty much is that just stops the occult girls from ever doing anything crazy. Unless they sleep you and then they proc another turn, but it's not like the end of the world. They proc another turn, um, especially if you have glancing debuff on them. So glancing is really important. I have just multiple layers of like safety set up just in case anything bad happens, and my number one like uh, the most ideal situation. What I want to happen is I want all the mobs to be stunned at all times. That is like the ideal. If that can't happen, then at the very least I want whoever is awake provoked. And if that can't happen, then I at least want them to have glancing hit on them. So if they have any sort of debuffs, like this, the boss has shatter, armor break is like it's pretty scary. It can get your team killed. I don't know why I can't talk today. I'm fucked up. It's like too hot. Oh my god, I fucked up. I didn't attack bar decrease. She's gonna get her turn. Yeah, you want to have glancing hit, so it's like my third layer of defense. It also helps when I provoke them because I take less damage from glancing hits as well. So it's like my third layer of defense, just in case everything else fails. At least have the glancing hit, and that's why this team has been having so much success, and it's why this team is my go-to team for like 90% of the floors. Let me make sure that glancing hit sticks, and then the boss is provoked, attack bar decreased, and we're just gonna keep going. Sometimes I do like to bring Zinc if I don't need to rely on these stuns too much. I could like instead of using Aerodus, I could bring Zinc, and that helps me take down the bosses a lot faster because Zinc has an armor break, and when you armor break and Spectra uses second skill, it does a lot of damage to bosses. But I couldn't really afford doing that for this stage because at the first part there was the Fedoras, and if they get a single turn, I'm fucked. So I had to bring my strongest CC team for this stage, and um, what you're looking at right here is my CC team for ToA. So feel free to ask anything if you need help building a team. Um, if you finish ToA normal, you're trying to progress onto ToA hard. If you're serious about clearing ToA hard, and it's a lot of work. ToA hard to clear it is quite a lot of work. You have to 6-star a lot of monsters, and sometimes those monsters are only usable in ToA hard, so that you really can't use them anywhere else. You kind of have to um, use specific monsters just to do this. But if you want to make this a goal, if you want to make ToA hard your thing, then yeah, feel free to ask, and I will help however I can. with whatever units you have, like, because we all get by with whatever units we have. Like other people use Aria, you know, Aria's like crazy amounts of CC, but I was able to clear ToA hard on like both rotations without Aria, and you don't ever need one single monster to do ToA hard. But I do believe that it's impossible to clear ToA hard with only farmable and obtainable like 3-star monsters. It's literally impossible. I don't think it's doable. Someone could prove me wrong. Maybe this rotation isn't that hard, but at least like on the last rotation with the Artemel stage, I don't see any way of passing it without some sort of like really OP monster. Uh, Another thing, if you're looking to clearing, or if you're looking towards clearing ToA hard, if you're usually at this, you usually pass 70 and just get the Devilmon, but you never really go like push hard and clear ToA hard. I think this rotation is a really good chance. Although I don't know what's on 80 and 90 yet. Wait. The Okal Growth stage has already passed. So there's only the Light Vampire stage, and there's the... Wait, was there the Sierra stage? Where was the Sierra stage? No, OG is on 60. Sierra must be on 50, right? No. This is the Dark Sylph stage. Alright, Sierra's on 40. So wait, which stages haven't we done? There's a stage with the Light Vampire and 2 Artemels. And the other boss stage is, I have no idea who's the other boss stage, but either way, it doesn't matter. The only hard stage really is the double OG stage, and the other stages are just as hard. If you have enough CC, if you have enough provoke, attack bar decrease, you should be able to clear any of the other stages, even if it's on 90. So if you already have a strong team, you don't have anything, you didn't really build anything gimmicky for some of the really OP stages of ToA hard, this rotation might be the rotation where you want to try and push 100, because I found a really good way to measure the difficulty of ToA hard rotations. So usually you look on it like on the first 2 days, and on last rotation, like on the first 2 days, no one has cleared ToA hard. Well, yeah, like pretty much no one has cleared ToA hard, and then you look on the 3rd day, like 3 people cleared it. But for this rotation, on the first 2 days, like already 20 people already cleared it, and that's saying something. That's saying like this ToA hard rotation is really easy, and it's it's doable if you have a strong team that can chain CC everything, because most people do have that. You don't really need anything super gimmicky, and yeah, so good luck on ToA hard. I'm gonna keep making guides for ToA hard. I'm gonna make guides especially for the boss floors and some of the harder floors that are pretty gimmicky, like I think there's a Dark Yeti floor. That one you might need Neo to clear. So I could try to clear without Neo, but it might turn out really badly. You might need Neo to clear that, depending on if it's on 80 something or 70 something. Wait, let me take a look first. I think it might be on 80 something. I don't remember. I don't have every stage memorized, but usually the stages follow the stages before follow the boss, and that stage follows the Light Vampire stage, which hasn't appeared yet. So I'm not sure if it's on 80 or 90. If it's on 90, then you might need Neo to clear it. If it's on 80, then you don't. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep making guides on some of these stages, especially the harder ones. Like there's a Leo stage, and there's some, I don't know. I think the Tion Bella stage isn't that hard. But either way, I'll see you guys in the next video. This video has been pretty long. Hopefully you guys learned something, and yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.